Man, Trump is absolutely on fire. This dude is coming out the gate swinging, to be honest with you. Whether you like it or not, America is headed somewhere interesting over the next couple of years. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad, but it is for sure going to be interesting. That's what we have in store for us. Not from him pardoning the people. I think it was 1,500 protesters on January 6th. From his inauguration speech, he said he's going to be classifying foreign gangs as terrorist groups and basically sicking the military and the police on them. We've got something coming down the pipeline like we've never seen before.
He can't say that.
Sir, you can't
Is he
say
allowed
that.
to say
I'll
that?
say it louder.
Whether you like him or not, he's the president. And he's got a lot of ideas about making America great again. He said we're going into a new golden age. I don't know what that means. I thought we were going into a new golden age back in 2016, 2017 until 2021. But I guess he's going to try it all over again. On top of all the pardons that he has already issued for the January 6th protesters and things like that, he also just pardoned Ross Ulbricht. He just pardoned Ross Ulbricht, the founder of the Silk Road. If you don't know this story, it is absolutely crazy. The Silk Road was a black market on the dark web. I don't know if it was the very first one, but it was absolutely a prominent one. They even made a movie about it that's on Netflix. It's actually called Silk Road, and it came out in 2021. It's a pretty good movie if you want to hear the story. Trump is coming out the gate swinging. He's doing all sorts of stuff. He said he's going to drill baby drill. They don't know if that's going to increase energy prices or decrease them. He said he's doing the tariffs. That's my dog, by the way. If you see her moving over there. Big old Rottweiler. That's my baby. I guess we're going to find out. We're going to find out if all the talk that he's been doing over the past few years, saying that the Biden administration was ruining the economy, he handed them a good economy. We're going to see what all of that talk is about. We're going to see if America is really entering a golden age or its last days. And honestly, I can't call it. I hope that we're not entering the last days. I hope that we're going somewhere better than where we've ever been. Because regardless of if I voted for Trump or not, which I didn't, I'm an American and I want to win here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to go anywhere else. This is where my family had roots for decades and centuries. So I'm hoping that Trump does his best, that he keeps his promise to make America better. I don't know that make America great again. I don't know what the implication behind that will be. But I hope we're going somewhere interesting, exciting, and fruitful for all Americans. No matter what color you are, no matter what country you originated in. I hope that if you're here and you're a citizen and you're here legally, you're taken care of to the fullest extent of America's promise of being one of the greatest nations to ever exist. Another thing that kind of happened at the inauguration that I wanted to talk about was Elon Musk. When I first saw Elon Musk, I thought he was likable. I liked the dude. I really did. Before I actually knew him. It's kind of crazy that when you see people too often, you kind of get a sense of their character and realize they're not as smart as you think they are. Elon Musk is one of those people. I think this dude might be an idiot. He had the audacity to put his hand on his chest and then stick it straight out. That reminded us of 1941. I don't want to get banned. I don't want people coming after me. But if you watched, you saw, and you know what I'm talking about. Let's take a look at some of the executive orders that Trump signed his first day, his first couple hours in office, right after the inauguration. We have cabinet appointments. We have clemency for January 6th offenders and defendants. We have the TikTok ban being extended. So if you've been living under a rock and you didn't know that TikTok was supposed to be banned on the 19th, which it was, they said that they were going dark at midnight, which they did on the 18th, on Saturday. Just a day later, once Trump is back in office, spinning everything up. He spun TikTok back up. People were saying that it was a play to get back in the good graces of Americans and come right out the gate swinging in his favorability polls. It honestly was something that everybody was looking forward to. Everybody I interact with was happy to see that TikTok was no longer banned, as I was. I used to use CapCut to edit my videos, which is from ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. And that was blocked as well. So I had to move on. I found something else. And we're rocking with that. What he did was push it out at least 75 days because they wanted TikTok to be sold to an American company. But it looks like they've settled on it being 50% owned by an American company. I think that's a more reasonable way forward. I don't think that anybody that owns such a powerful platform, China, is going to sell all of their rights. They rather burn it all than sell it because they're not going to get the price that they want for it. But they might sell 50% of it. He also mandated that federal workers return to work in office full time. For the past 5 years, a lot of people have been working from home or a hybrid schedule, even remotely. Some people are working remotely from other countries. But he's mandating that people immediately return to office and doing a hiring freeze. So if you have an application that's with the federal government and it hasn't been processed, you're not making it right now. As of right now, it's not happening. And they've established the Department of Government Efficiency. And part of Doge's mission, which is led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, they want to cut down government spending. How do you cut down government spending? The biggest expense of any business is the people. So they're not hiring people, and they might be cutting people, including contractors, but that's left to be seen. They haven't made any official statements on that. But as of right now, federal workers will be returning to office, and we'll see how that goes. He said he's going to withdraw from the Paris climate agreement. He said he's going to withdraw from the World Health Organization. He's stopping immigrants from crossing the borders. They said no more birthright citizenship, no more catch and release. That's where their information was being documented after they crossed the border illegally, but they were letting them come into the U.S. anyway. No more of that. That's a promise that he's made a long time ago. I just talked about the birthright citizenship. Death penalty for unauthorized immigrants who murder law enforcement officers. We kind of know that harming a law enforcement officer is a death penalty anyway. I don't advise anybody to do it, whether you're a citizen or a non-citizen. It's not going to work out well for you. Executive orders focus on the economy. In his address, which I did watch it, even though I'm looking at the highlights here, he talked about getting every department in the government focused on combating inflation. He also said he's going to put a stop to the electric vehicle mandates that's seen here. I guess this is part of his plan for energy, getting rid of those electric vehicle mandates. And the last one, it says gender and diversity orders. He did say that he's going to get rid of any DEI hires or DEI incentives in the military and the government, and he would only be recognizing, or the U.S. will only be recognizing 2 genders, male and female. So like I said in the beginning, we're going somewhere interesting. You might not like it. I might not like it. But quite a few people voted for him, and they wanted him to lead this country. He's got it. He's in the chair. That's everything that he said in his speech. It was about 30 minutes, but he hit a lot of talking points. And like I said, it's going to be interesting. But for my sake, your sake, and the sake of the next generation, I am absolutely wishing that the Trump administration does an excellent job of what he calls restoring America to her greatness. One thing that I thought was super interesting was what everybody's favorite Uncle Bernie Sanders had to say. In this tweet, he says, "When I started talking about oligarchy, many people didn't understand what I meant. Well, that's changed. When the 3 wealthiest men in America sit behind Trump at his inauguration, everyone understands that the billionaire class now controls the government. We must fight back." Bernie Sanders has been waving a red flag for a long time about people in the political sphere not caring about anybody except for the rich. He even said that immediately after Kamala Harris lost the presidential election. He said that the Democrats kind of lost the people because they lost their way. They're catering to themselves and they're catering to people that are rich instead of catering to the working class. As a country, we're still kind of young. We're in that like late teens, early adult stage. So we could be in for a world of success, or if it's anything like my early 20s, we could be in for a world of questionable decisions and a couple headaches. If you like the video, like the video. Subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. If you have thoughts on any of Trump's talking points during the inauguration, if you like Trump, if you didn't like Trump, this is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.